Hello everybody, and welcome to the Cryptic Critiques Holiday Special. Today's video is going to be a little different. Instead of doing a normal review, a cryptic critique, any of that, I'm going to go back a little bit. I'm going to take a look back at all the past reviews that I've done, and I'm going to say, did my opinion change? Did my opinion stay the same? Now, I've done 15 reviews in total, starting with Yeezus and ending with the most recent one, Call Me If You Get Lost. Let's get into it. This review I did on this channel was Yeezus. Of course, I gave it a 6. It is by the man we won't name, so we're not gonna touch on any of that. I'll make this one quick. And for the most part, I still agree with my rating. I do think it is the worst album that Redacted has made, and I would say it's a 6. I do think I'm being pretty generous giving it a 6. Now, I will say, I haven't really gone back to it as much. I didn't listen to the whole thing since the review, but I will say I do still, I like some of the songs a little bit more than I originally did when I did the review. And I do admit, since that was my first review, I didn't really know what I was talking about. Yeah, the production is good. The lyrics are a little weird, but they're good. And I just don't like the sound. It's not for me. I can understand if you like it a little bit. It's still a little weird for me that people think that's his best, but I think it's his worst, and you're not going to change my mind on it, so don't try. Next is IGOR by Tyler, the Creator. I gave this a 9, and I still kind of agree. I really want to give this a 10, but I don't think it's a 10, because I Don't Love You Anymore, I think, is a bad song. Now, admittedly, I haven't listened to it that much since I did the review, so I might need to give it another chance. I probably will, but I still think it's a 9, but not like a flat 9, a really high 9, like almost a 10, but not quite there. And yes, that is my favorite Tyler album. I'll get more into Tyler later on, and the last one, Call Me If You Get Lost, because I do have some things to say about that one. Next is Dawn FM by The Weeknd. I gave this an 8, and I don't really have anything to say about this. I think I said everything I wanted to in the review. I still think it's really good. It's probably my favorite Weeknd album. I don't think it's his best, but I think it's an 8. It's a solid 8. The transitions are great. The songs are great. I like some of the features. You know, I'm not huge on the Tyler feature, but I still think it's good. I think Lil Wayne does so much better and is really great on that song with The Weeknd. But I will say I do like some of the songs a little bit more. That's going to be the whole theme of these. Like, I mostly agree on some of these. I do have some little changes, but I've listened to songs and I do like some of them more. Yeah, I just like some of the songs a little bit more. Still not enough to give it a 9. I do think 8 is like a perfect rating for it. I'm a virgin. Never got close enough. Okay, this one's a little weird. I'm gonna briefly touch on this, but Apricot Princess by We Know Who. I gave it a 10, and I'm not gonna get into any of the things that happened. I recorded that before everything came out, and as I'm recording this now, a whole lot changed in it. But I'm not gonna talk about it. I gave it a 10, and that's all I'm gonna say. I gave it a 10. You can go watch the video. I'm just gonna keep my mouth shut on this one. So next one.
What the fuck is a pronoun? Ah!
Melodic Blues by Baby Keem. I gave an 8, and I still think it's an 8. I'm not crazy on a lot of the songs. The deluxe came out. I'll talk about the deluxe. The deluxe came out. I like some of the songs on the deluxe. Naked Freestyle is probably my favorite, but also on the deluxe there were also some that I didn't like. So I'd say this is probably like a low 8. I wouldn't say it's a 7. I think an 8 is pretty good for it. It's my favorite Keem project, and I'm very excited for what he puts out next.
Happy birthday, bitch. I got a gift for you. It's my dick.
Entergalactic by Kid Cudi. Now, I talked about both the movie and the soundtrack, and I really like the movie. I still think you should watch it. I don't even know if it's still on Netflix. This is not what that's about. The album, I gave it a 7, and I would kind of agree. There were really only like 4, maybe 5 songs that I still listen to. So I might put this down to like a mid to high 6. You know what? This video's canon, so I'm gonna give Entergalactic a 6 out of 10. I'm gonna bring it down a little bit. I think a 7 might have been too high. I really only listened to like 4 of the 14 or 15 songs on it, so I don't really think it deserves a 7. But I will say the songs that I do listen to, I think are all amazing. They're not just good. They're like they're phenomenal. Like Willing to Trust, Maybe So, some other ones that I can't remember right now. But I'm gonna give Entergalactic a 6 out of 10. It's definitely not my favorite Cudi project, but it's also not my least favorite. It's probably in the middle. I do like all the Man on the Moons more than it. So I'd say it's below those, probably above like Speeding Bullets to Heaven, of course, and Indie Cud, and the other ones that nobody cares about.
Sorry about you, ma'am, but my van broke down on the highway back yonder, and I was hoping I could use y'all's phone to call for help.
Okay, this one is gonna be a little interesting. Damn by Kendrick Lamar. I gave it an 8, and I don't know where to put this. This one is very rough for me because while I don't really think it's a 9, I also think 8 is way too low. Well, it's not my favorite Kendrick project. I don't think it's definitely not his worst. I'd still say it's To Pimp a Butterfly, Good Kid, Mad City, Damn, Mr. Morale, Section 80. So I think like somewhere in the middle, but I feel like an 8 is just way too low for this project. I have listened to the songs again, and I do like them more than when I did doing the review. And so I really want to give it like a low 9. But I also think like a 9's a little too high for this. I think an 8 is a perfect rating, but there's just something about it. Like you can't give Kendrick an 8 because I think this is like objectively better than Mr. Morale, but I definitely listen to Mr. Morale a lot more, and I don't want to give Mr. Morale like anything lower than an 8. Like I think an 8 is too low for that. And so I don't know, this is really weird. So, you know what? I'm just going to say it. I'm going to give Damn by Kendrick Lamar a 9 out of 10. This album is great and deserves a very high rating. I don't think it's a 10. There are some songs where I'm not like huge about. I think all the songs are good, but they're not good enough for it to be a 10.
Getting a little awkward with Kendrick Lamar. Thank you for all the Twitter questions for making this extra fucked up. The whole Top Dog's in the building.
Yeah, we go fuck you up now because you picked them people.
Yeah, for sure.
Next is Goodbye and Good Riddance by Juice WRLD. I gave this an 8 out of 10, and honestly, I do like it. I think there are some bad songs on it, so I think an 8 is a little too high. Now, this isn't my favorite Juice album. It's not my least favorite. It's probably my second favorite. I do like Death Race for Love more. And I don't know. I think an 8 is just a little too high for this because usually every time a song on this album comes on my playlist, I tend to skip it. And then again, there are only a few songs of it on my playlist. But those songs are also really good. I think this does have some of Juice's best. But I think there are also some pretty average songs. Or just songs that, you know, they're good, but I really wouldn't want to listen to again. So I'm going to lower my rating and give Goodbye and Good Riddance by Juice WRLD a 7 out of 10. Now, that still seems a little bit high. I don't really know because I don't want to give it a 6. I don't think it is a 6. I think it's still good. It has its moments. So I think a 7 is pretty fine for this record.
No.
Now we're going to start getting into the quickie critiques. Her Loss by Drake and 21 Savage. I like it. I still like it a little bit. I really only listened to one song off it, and that's Broke Boys. You know, when I first listened to the album, that was really the only song that made it onto my main playlist. I was never huge about it. While it's a good Drake album, it's a good album. It's definitely not his best. So much better than Certified Lover Boy and Honestly Nevermind. But I still think it doesn't crack his top 3 discography. So I'm going to give Her Loss a 6 out of 10. I think that's a fairly common rating. I see a lot of people giving it a 6. I think it's good, nothing really special. I think people saying this is album of the year are insane when you have like Forever Story, Mr. Morale, and Melt My Eyes to Your Future, and just so many better rap albums. Now on that same quickie critique, I did Smithereens by Joji. I gave it an I love it, and while I still like it, I still don't think it's his worst. It's probably my second favorite Joji album. I do like Nectar more. I would say that I don't listen to it. Still, literally all the songs, except Knight Rider. I still don't like Knight Rider, but all the other songs I really enjoy listening to, but I always skip them when they come on. I don't know. Maybe because when this album came out, I was pretty sad, and you know, so then it helped me. But now I'm doing much better, and I usually skip them because I think some of them are a little weird, you know, a little corny. But I still think this song has this album has amazing songs on it, like Glimpse of Us and Die For You. So I'm going to keep my I love it and give Smithereens by Joji an 8 out of 10.
Well, I grew up in Japan, spent a lot of time there just catching shit in like rice fields and like just squatting in front of, you know, convenience stores.
Next, I did Sonder Son by Brent Faiyaz, and this one was also a little weird for me. While I do like some of the songs, like 5 of the songs I think made it onto my playlist. I don't really remember. I think it was 12. There were 12 songs on this. I gave it an 8. And I was debating whether I should give it an 8 or a 7 because I do like some of the songs, but I also think maybe an 8's a little too high. Probably a low 8 or a high 7. But my opinion really hasn't changed. I wouldn't say I haven't listened to it since I did the review. Like, I haven't listened to the full album. I still listen to like whatever the songs. I'm just forgetting everything. I woke up like an hour ago and I'm recording this, so I'm forgetting everything. But like So Far Gone made it to my place. I said I do like it. I tend to skip it now. I think I dislike some of the songs just a little bit, not like a whole bunch, but I'm gonna move my Sonder Son rating down to a 7 out of 10. I guess I felt like I wasn't doing this album justice, and a lot of people liked it, and I did like it, but I don't know. I'm giving it a 7.
Trying to figure shit out. Like, I was working at the grocery store and shit, and like, I don't know, like after like getting a taste of the work life, cause I ain't really do college, I was like, man, I ain't fucking with this shit.
Next is Ballads 1 by Joji, and this was actually like the first video I made that blew up. It got like 80 views. I know it's nothing special, but for me, I had like 20 subs at the time. And the comments on this video were very supportive. While they didn't agree, they were like, you know, it makes sense. It's just not for me. I haven't listened to it again. I still listen to some of the songs off it, like Yeah Right, Slow Dancing in the Dark, but it's still not for me. I think it doesn't know what it really wants to be. It kind of meshes together and makes fairly average songs. I gave it a 6, and I'm gonna keep my rating. I do think 6 is a little generous. Maybe like a high 5, but I'm gonna keep my thing as a 6.
And I think the ones that are who are open about porn.
Thank you.
Those are the ones that watch the normal porn.
Thank you.
The ones that don't talk about porn watch the weird shit.
Exactly.
Next was another quickie critique with Heroes and Villains by Metro Boomin. I said I love this album, and I don't really know what I was saying. I do think it's good. I think it's good, but I think giving it an I love it is not the best thing I could have done. I will say, on the day it came out and the days surrounding it, I did go back to the album a lot. Well, really, only 4 songs made it to my playlist, which were Superhero, Metro Spider, Creepin', and Feel the Fire. Those are the only songs I listened to again, and I do like those songs. I genuinely like those songs. I think they are really good. Those are really the only songs that made it onto my playlist, and the songs that I still listen to this day. So I would lower my thing to an I like it and give it probably a 7.
Even the little watches they would have in McDonald's and Burger King and shit. Like, you put those on with an outfit, that should be alright.
Next is SOS by SZA. Now, this album came out last week when I'm recording this, and I still love this album. I gave it an I love it, and I absolutely adore this album. While there are some songs that I think could have been cut and I think, you know, aren't that great, there are some amazing songs, some amazing SZA songs. I've been obsessed with like Open Arms and Nobody Gets Me and Shirt and Blind, and I could go on. This album is great. I still don't think it's better than Control, but I'm going to keep my I love it, and I'm going to give SOS by SZA an 8 out of 10.
Tuesday and Wednesday, Thursday and Friday, I just keep me satisfied.
And lastly, we have Call Me If You Get Lost by Tyler, the Creator. I gave this album a 7, and you all didn't like it that much. It got like 100 views, which was pretty cool. Thank you all for that. And the comments were like, this is stupid. I feel like I give it a 7. That's pretty good. I do kind of want to give it an 8, but I don't know. I don't think it deserves an 8. I really only listened to like a couple songs. This is not my favorite Tyler album. I do like Flower Boy and Igor much more, but I still really enjoy this album. I still really enjoy the songs off it. And I guess, yeah, I might have been a little too harsh giving it a 7, but I think it deserves like a high 7 or a low 8. And I don't really know what to give it. It's in the same thing as Damn and all the other ones that I changed, and like can't really think of a proper rating for it. But I'm gonna cave, and I'm gonna give Call Me If You Get Lost by Tyler, the Creator an 8 out of 10.
Some syrup, maple, whichever kind you like. Don't get the low-calorie one.
And that was it. That was all the 15 past reviews that I did. I changed some of the ratings. They mostly stayed the same. And I want to say thank you all so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. I know I say it in every video, but it does mean a lot. So far, this channel is at like 29 subscribers, which is really cool, saying that I made it a couple weeks ago. And yeah, it's pretty good. I know it's not a lot, but it does mean a lot to me. And the videos have been getting a lot of views recently, which is really cool. And it's just really cool. It's great. Here's to many more videos and many more subs and many more views and many more money. And of course, what is a special without a big announcement? In the future of this channel, I'm gonna do different types of videos, not just critiques of albums. I also want to do other stuff involving music, like look at different artists' whole discography like I used to do on my Cryptic 587 channel. I want to do something involving different cover arts and different albums, just anything that isn't related to listening to an album and ranking it. Well, of course, I'm still going to be doing that. That is still going to be the main part of the channel. You know, maybe some weeks I might do like a tier list of album covers, give my opinions on those, or just talk about some random things. But of course, it's all going to be related to music. And so, if you have any good ideas of something that you want me to do, something that you saw your favorite YouTuber do that you want me to do, put it in the comments. I will look at it. I know I say that every time, and I haven't really done any comment suggestions yet. Trust me, I will. Don't worry. Put them in the comments, and I'll look at them. I might do them in the future. I probably will, because you know, right now I don't really have a lot of ideas. I thought it would be really cool, and I hope you guys share the same excitement about it. Anyways, thank you all so much for the great year. A lot of changes with both the channels, with this, everything, and I want to say thank you all. I really do appreciate it, and I will see you in the next one. Goodbye, everybody.